Scrapbookers. So this is my son, and he's in 6th grade, and we've been having a hard time this year. I don't think that's unusual. There's a lot of moms who tell me 6th grade for their boys was particularly difficult. So I wanted to, even though we're still struggling, I wanted to get that concept of the silver lining. And so on my silhouette, I cut out a cloud background, and I think that's Lori Whitlock. And then I also just wrote, remember that every cloud has a silver lining. So let's pull these out. And what I was thinking for this page is that I would like do something creative with this negative space rather than using the positive space of the letters. And also, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with these clouds yet, but the same kind of concept with the clouds. And I don't have I don't know exactly what the silver lining is yet, but I know there is one. And so we're still in the place where we're struggling. So that would be one option, and then the other option would be to do it like this. And I'm not sure. I kind of like that. And so that's the other space of that silhouette cut. So I'm not going to use this part of it for right now, and just to be a little bit quick on the videos, I film my videos in real time, so I usually don't have much of a plan, but usually when I am planning to use a silhouette cut that I haven't cut yet, I do that ahead of time. So I'm just going to put the mat back like this. It's not the end of the world. Okay. So here's my basic page setup. And then I have some photos that I wanted to put kind of over here. And the photos are just going to be, like, this is when he lost a tooth, but he's in his school uniform, so I kind of like that one. Plus he has a funny look on his face. And then this one, he's just sitting in the car and he's not looking too unhappy. There's also, so I like the setup of that. And then as far as journaling or writing a story on this page, I might just do that right over here in like a long skinny line. Yeah, let's do that. Let's, if you've ever watched my videos, I like to do them in real time, but I also like to, that's just a different option. There he is at the, I kind of like that too. Let's see if we can fit that in. And I could just trim this one off just a little bit. Let's use that. They're two different photos, but they're from different times. I think these match better. Let's just try that one more time. Yeah, I kind of like that. Just for the consistency of he's in his school uniform both times. This one was like right before school when he was setting up his locker, and they just had a day to do that. So let's use those two photos, and the photos that I'm not using just go into a drawer that's right in my desk, and I just at some point I'll need to go through and organize that drawer, but right now it's fine. I just toss in my extra photos. And then these are some report cards that I printed off online, and these I will like kind of tape to the back of the layout. So after this layout is finished, then I'm just going to, and maybe I could even make kind of like a pocket for that on the back of the layout, which you won't see, but I think will be pretty useful. Let's just see if we could use something handy. And usually I machine stitch when I'm doing a pocket like that. I'm just seeing if I could hide it. I could hide it over here because you won't see this part of the layout. So let me do that. And you're not going to see that part of the layout when I'm finished. But I just want to kind of add it to the back. And I'm going to make it like this isn't thick enough paper though. I want a little bit thicker paper. And I don't super care about what color it is or what it looks like. But I do want the texture of the paper to be thick enough so that it can hold the paper in there and be sturdy. Okay, so I'm going off on a tangent here. This isn't really what I planned to do. That's okay. What I really wanted to focus on was the front of this layout, but I just, it's okay to go off on a little bit of a tangent sometimes, or a lot of times. I also have like, this is a ruler, and yeah, I'm planning to not even show that part of the layout though. Let me look at my scrap bin over here where I have, let's see. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone off on a tangent. But that happens sometimes. Okay, so I've just found like a yellow piece of paper, and I'm just going to cut this like a diagonal. And I could almost just do that with, I'm just going to follow the direction of the paper. So I'm kind of using the pattern as my cut guide. And that's just going to go right there, and then that will be my pocket for that part of the page. And I don't think that's going to interfere at all with the front of the page. So this is how you can get some hidden things onto your pages if you want to. I'm going to use my sewing machine. So this part of the page that's going to be the fancy decorated part, I'm just going to put that to the side for a minute. And now what I like to do when I make a pocket is I'm going to stitch that diagonal first, just so it looks finished. I often forget to do that, so I'm real glad that I'm remembering to do that. Let's see. So this part, because it's going to be the pocket, is getting stitched all on its own. And this is where I will pick it up, and now, see, I have that finished edge there. But now this part of the page will get adhered down, or sewed down, not adhered. But I do find when I make pockets, I really like to machine stitch them because I just think it's sturdier than tape or glue. I guess time will tell whether that's true or not. And so this is the kind of layout that I do that either the back side of this could be seen or not seen. So I could put a different, in the page protector, I can put a different scrapbook page in back of it, or I can not, and then you would actually be able to see the back. Okay, so that part is done. And that's really a huge tangent. Sorry about that. happy with my scissors today because one of them seems like it's a little bit broken, and then this one seems like it has a little bit of glue on it. Need to spend some time with my scissors, but not this second. Okay, so these, the grades are going to go in here, just right on the back of that page, and I think they feel pretty sturdy. Once they're in a page protector, it's not really going to matter. Can I decorate this side more? Sure. Do I need to? Not really. So let's focus on this part of the page now. And just to make it a little bit easier while I'm making the page, I'm going to take these pages out and I'll put them in at the end. Okay, so what my plan is here is I would like to do something creative underneath all of these letters. And I had a couple of ideas. One is to use glitter or embossing. And then the other was to use some, because I have these silver, and I don't think they're going to be thick enough, I don't know, to use this silver ribbon how do we like that? And the unfortunate thing about the ribbon is it's not, I guess I could have like figured that out a little bit better, but it's not thick enough to go through the whole letter. Let's just see about, I was going to tape it to this part of the layout, but I think if I taped it right to the back of those letters, that might be more efficient. So let me get my annoying scissors back out. And then I'm also just going to get some regular tape back out. And now I have different colors of glittered ribbon. And let's just see which ones I'd like to use. Those look like they're the same. He's got a little bit of green in his uniform. Let me see if I have a dark green. Can you see me rifling through this? Bin, I have a bin full of ribbon, which includes glittered ribbon. Here's a like some kind of tinsel. I'm not sure if I want to use that or not. There's a green, but it's not really dark green. Here's some more of that silver. Okay, so I have those, and as I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking that I think I might like the glittered paper better. I don't know. I don't like to change my mind midstream. I have this saying of pick it and stick it, but sometimes it's good to do a little bit of thinking, because now I'm also thinking, how am I going to affect, get this effect up here? And what would be really cool is if I could figure out a way to make these clouds have like a little silver lining, or totally silver. I must wish instead of this I had, I think it would be cool if I had a whole sheet of glittered paper, but I don't have that, so I'm going to work with what I have. So let's see about using some glitter. This is Clear Sparkle Glaze. Adds a clear iridescent sparkle. Maybe let's try this instead of the ribbon, because that way I can get over the whole surface. And what I really want to do is kind of figure out where that's going to go and maybe do like some kind of an ombre effect. I'm not totally sure. Pardon me, but what I kind of need to know is where I need to kind of mark off where my letters, like where is this all going to be so I can, so it's not going to go beyond here on the page. So I'm just going to make a little line because that's not going to show. And then this part, that designates where those are. Okay. So this part is different from this part. And then let's add some glitter. And what is the best way to add glitter? Honestly, I don't really know. I'm just going to use this and put the glitter over it and see how that does. Let's just try that. I have a paper plate over here that I'm going to use to help me just with this glitter glaze. So I'm really wanting to kind of use this almost like glue. So here's the glaze. I'm just painting that right onto the area that's going to be under the words. And I'm trying to work kind of quickly so that it won't dry. Although I'm in Florida, so that's not a huge issue. Okay. And then let's see. I think I'm going to start the darkest part of the ombre up here and then work down. So here, this is Loyalty Opaque, Sparkle, and Sprinkle. This is not embossing powder. It's just glitter. Oops, and I have my air conditioning on, so that's kind of messing me up a little. So I'm just pouring this on, and now I'm going to put that back on, and I'm just going to pat this down. I'm not a glitter expert, but I don't think you have to be to try new things in scrapbooking. I think you can try things and maybe you're not doing it completely correct. It's okay. And so what I want to do is get the rest of this glitter back into my container. So I'm trying to do that, because I don't want to waste too much of it or get it everywhere, which looks like that's going to be happening. Okay. And I know there's better techniques than what I just did for avoiding all that. Okay, now let's do another. This is a different kind of glitter, and it's a lighter blue. It's like a different grain. Just trying to get that on there. And now I'm going to try to shake that glitter back in. It's kind of working. I should have put a mat down first so it would be easier to get all of this up. And I didn't. But I might have a solution. So I'm going to make a mess a little bit intentionally there. And then I'm going to show you something that I think will fix it. Okay, so one more set of glitter on this this glaze part, and I just want to like make that a little bit more wet than it is, and that's where the silver is going to go down here because that's where it says silver lining. So let's find, here's a silver, or we got this kind of silver. Let's use that. That looks like more fun, right? Whoops. So these are bigger, I don't know, I guess you'd call them glitter. They are platinum. They're by American Crafts. I don't know. They're just a different type of glitter than the first two. And so I'm trying to get most of it back into that container. I'm doing a horrible job. And so there is the glitter on the page. It's very glittery. Now that's how it's going to look once I put, you can't even see that light blue. Oh well, that's okay. But that's how it's going to look once this overlay is on it, so you can see all the fancy glitter. But my bigger question, so right now, I've made a mess of my mat. So what to do about that? And also, I want to get this top part, like I want to get that, and I'm not exactly sure how, maybe I don't want glitter up there. Maybe I just want, let's see. So I'm not sure yet. Let's see if we can kind of take, not this brush, but maybe a smaller brush and paint linings around those clouds. And if this doesn't work, then I can always scratch this part and use the other part of my silhouette die. I kind of think this is going to look like horrible. Let's see. Yeah. I like the idea of this, but I don't like the execution of it. Oh, I could turn it over though and you see a little bit of the glitter. So it could go like upside down. Oh, I kind of like that. So let's still paint around the edges on this side. So what's going to happen is a little tiny bit of that glitter is going to show up because it's like that bigger, like kind of, I don't even know what it's called, like sequiny kind of glitter. And oh yeah, I'm using glitter on a boy page. Is that wrong? Will my boy hate it? I don't think so. And see, I'm getting all that glitter on that side, but what I really want to see is just that slightest little lining on this side. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So you're just getting like this tiny bit. You're getting these little silver linings that you can barely see. Okay. And it's not that difficult to execute this technique. Although I am making a big old mess on my my mat. So yeah. That's not, I don't recommend that part of it. So I would say before you do this, like lay down something else that you can, you know, like a piece of paper of some sort that you can get all messy. So you're not getting your mat all messy. And I do have an idea about how to clean this up with tape, and I'll show you that in a minute. Oops. So I'm just doing one at a time. I think you could probably do more than one at a time. But I tend to just get, like, I a lot of times don't use paint or glitter or embossing or stamping because I don't want to make the mess. So I would say don't let the mess stop, you know, play sometimes. Play and make a mess sometimes if you're afraid to get all messy, like me. Like some of the time be like, okay, I'll make a mess some of the time. Or have a space where if you have the space where it can be like, this is my messy space. And I've done that I've done that, like, I think I even have a video that I made about embossing outside or glittering outside, misting outside, I want to say. So I'm getting some of this on the front, which I didn't want to do. But I think it's all going to be just fine. Just like the rest of it, everything. Just like 6th grade. Like, it seems like a big mess right now, but I'm sure at some point it will be okay. But that's what I keep telling myself. We do this thing of like 2 steps forward when, you know, we're doing making a little progress, making a little, you know, backtracking a little. It happens to the best of everybody, right? Everybody has their struggles. Okay, so that is my silver lining, and then this is what that side of it looks like, and that's not the side I'm going to use. I think that looks really messy. So I'm just going to set these aside, I don't know where, just for a second, and see if I can get this on. If this looks, again, if this looks horrible, then I have a backup plan. But I'm just setting that part aside, and let me clean up my mat. My fingers. Okay, so this is a thing I saw once, probably on Pinterest, or maybe I just heard about it, I don't know. I think Anna Cabrera mentioned it once on the Paper Clipping Roundtable, that if you have, so I've got all this extra glitter. I just want to put that in the garbage can, and then, but this glitter, because this on my hand was attached to glue, I'm just going to take a regular piece of tape, and then, oops, I'm going to get all this glitter up with my regular piece of tape. So I'm cleaning and making a glittery piece of tape all at once. Oh, that's pretty, actually. That's probably what I should have done instead of, I should have just done this instead of having to deal with all of that. That looks really good. And it's not really falling off much. I really like this, so I might do something where I could use this as the background for those clouds if the other one doesn't look right. So let's play a little bit here. That would be funny if I did that and then I poured out more to make more of a mess. So I'm just trying to kind of smush that down with my finger to get all the spots. It works really well. That is so easy. So now I'm making the pieces of tape like kind of what I think to be about 6 inches, because I think that's about what that cut from the die cut was, or the silhouette. Yeah, that's a die cut. Yeah, there's glitter everywhere. That's the thing about glitter, is that I think lay something down before you do what I just did. But this little technique I kind of like. So there we go. There's one more piece of that glitter tape. Now, as for the rest of it, now I want to I want to remove the rest of this glitter from my workspace, and I think what I'm going to go do is get a baby wipe. I'll be right back. of it's coming off very easily. Other parts of it, like there's a part here that's really not. So I don't rehearse or necessarily know everything about these techniques before I do them. So I'm just using my fingernail to kind of scratch that away. I think that it will come off. I think if I had like an old credit card, that would work. I don't have one handy, so I'm just going to use, this is a stamp pad. Sorry about the noise. And I'm just kind of scraping that. So if you have anything with kind of a hard edge, that's going to get that glitter, the rest of the glitter up from your surface if you didn't put anything down first. A better way would be to put some paper down or even a newspaper down first, just so that you don't have to deal with all that mess. Okay. Let's get back to the layout. I think that's not totally dry. I don't want to put that down yet. Let me just get something to dry that off with. Okay. Here we go. So the mat is pretty much cleaned of the glitter. There's some random glitter that's still hanging around over here. Okay, so here's the layout. And this was going to be this here. So I sort of like it. That's one option. And then let's try that other option I was thinking about. So the other option would be, I have this paper. I'm going to need a whole lot more. Yeah, that's not going to work. But that would have been cool, and I think it looks even better. Let's just see. So here's that little silver lining paper, and then let's see if one of the clouds could be all glittery. Let's try this one. I could put that under. Yes. I like that because like one of them is great. So I'm going to cut this in half, and then I am going to, it's going to be some elaborate taping going on here. Okay, so there is tape to tape. So I'm going to line these two pieces of tape up. So I'm putting a little tape on the back of this tape that's glittered, so I can line this up with it to make a bigger block of the glitter. Let's just see. And I think I'm just overlapping them just a little, but I don't think you really see that. Okay, and then they're going to go behind like that. Ta-da! Okay, so now I want to actually tape these to the back. And I'm just going to do that like more taping tape to tape. So I'm taking this regular tape and I'm just kind of sliding it under the glittered tape. And now that's just laying there. And now I will put this over it, tape it down, and now I can just cut off this excess. I think. Maybe that's why I'm having such a problem with these scissors, because I'm cutting through adhesive. Okay. So there's my glittery glitter. And there is kind of glitter all over the place. Am I thrilled about that? No. Am I going to stop the layout because of it? No, I'm just going to keep going. So let's get this adhered down. So I'm going to adhere the back. I'm going to tape, just going to put some adhesive onto this big portion of the layout. What do you call this? It's like a mask. I don't know what it is. It's the part with the negative space letters that I cut on the silhouette. Okay, so I'm really putting a lot of adhesive on. So when I place it, I better be precise. So here we go. I'm just going to line it up very carefully on one edge and then set it down, and that looks even. So now I'm just going to pat that down. Okay, still a lot of glitter coming off. Not the end of the world. A little annoying, honestly, but that's okay. Okay, and then this is going to go here. And I really, I kind of globbed it up a little, but I don't know. I think that's okay. Would I have done that intentionally? No. But am I okay with it? Sure. Okay, so I have adhesive on the back of my little silhouette cut mat thingy. I'm sure Tammy Taylor knows what the word for this is. She teaches a class about silhouettes. So I wonder what she calls that. Okay, so there's my glittery. Can you see all that? Oh, it's kind of exciting, right? It's different. Sometimes, it's good to do something just a little different in your scrapbooking, just to keep yourself entertained. Even if it's not, I don't know. I think it's good to go out of your own box. So whatever you're not doing, try that. And you don't have to do it all the time. But I think from time to time, it is good to just switch up your routine and to try something new. So I'm not somebody who uses glitter all the time, but this was fun. Am I a little bit annoyed about all the glitter on my desk? Oh yes, I am. But I'm still glad that I played a little. It's good. All right, where's those pictures? Where are those pictures? Okay, so remember the report card? That's going to go on the back. It doesn't have to have a lot of fanfare. And then, yeah, I need the photos. And here they are. And I just think that one is hilarious. And so I'm going to place it just kind of tight over here because I'm going to do some journaling over here. And then I want to keep this, I'm going to cut off the bottom because I want this to kind of fit in that space a little bit better, this photo. And by just placing this photo under this one, then I have a little bit of playroom to get it so it lines up exactly with the silver lining and with the top of that mat. So let's get some photo adhesive tabs if I have any. I'm sure I do. Go to my adhesive drawer. So I have an adhesive drawer where I keep a variety of adhesives. And one of my recommendations is when you're going shopping for scrapbooking supplies, like say you don't have any glitter at all, go get some glitter and then use it. Like I have a whole bin full of glitter, but do I use it? Not really. Like I don't need that much glitter for sure, but I think I got it on sale, and so that's why I have all of that glitter. But you probably have some supplies that you know, so one recommendation is use the supplies you don't use. Like get them out and play with them. And then my other recommendation is instead of buying more of what you usually buy, like I usually love to buy, lately it's been letter stickers and also pattern paper. Historically has been all, you know, I've always loved to buy pattern paper. So instead of buying more pattern paper lately, which I still buy a little bit, but I try to diversify what I get now. And also, not only like would I recommend like maybe get some glitter if you don't have any, but bigger than that, adhesive. Like spend your money on adhesive. And different kinds of adhesive. So not only, I would say, try new techniques. Like if you don't do glitter, try some glitter. But also try, so I'm not going to use these glitter tapes right now. I'm going to put them back in the glitter bin. Where I have some other, have this little bin of odd things in my glitter bin. So next time I need to use something with glitter, I'll put them in there. And I think I'm going to put this, well, let's see. Oh, I kind of like that. The, this is like a, I don't know, I think I want to wrap that around the whole page. But I'm going to put the glitter ribbon back in with the glitter, even though it should be in ribbon. It's going to go in the glitter. And I have both bins here. It's just a little decision I'm making. Okay. Next. Let's put some adhesive on the back of this glitter ribbon. Okay. And again, I want to be a little bit precise with where I put it, just so it's, yeah, I want to wrap this around the whole page. Even though like the rest of my, if you don't, I didn't mush it down too much, so it's okay. Oh, and I can't really wrap it because of the other side of that page. Alright, it's alright. I can still do that. Oops. I have like, my hands are sticky and there's glitter sticking to everything. How's that for excitement on a Wednesday? Okay. And yeah, that looks a little weird, but who cares? I don't care. And now I just need to write something, and I know that so my options for writing are, I have a precision pen from American Crafts, but I also know that I have like kind of glittery pens, but I don't think they're handy. I think they're in a different part of my house. I don't think they've moved to the scrapbook room yet. I think they're still in my old scrapbook room. So I would say that I would, let me just look in one more place. Yeah, no, I don't have any. I don't have any handy. So yeah, I could run downstairs and get them. But instead of doing that, I'm just going to use what I have. And what I have is a Sharpie. And I like writing with a Sharpie. Okay, the glitter is going everywhere. But, so remember that every cloud has a silver lining. And I'm just going to write, even though we might not be able to see the silver lining yet, it is there. And then I'm just going to write, look for it. And then I just do a little heart, love Mom. And do I need to say that this is 6th grade? Well, kind of not, because there's all the evidence of 6th grade on the back. So I think that's it. I think I'm going to call that a day. And there is a glittery layout for you all. If you would like to see more glittery layouts and different ideas for using glitter on your scrapbook pages, go visit Get It Scrapped. The blog has an entry that will include many different scrapbookers who are using glitter on their pages. So there's lots of ideas over there. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.